on our agenda tonight, with the council meeting only once a month in the summer, sometimes it's necessary for us to kind of meet in between and pull some of these things together to stay on schedule with issuing licenses and things. Item number 1 on our agenda is to consider application for Class B beer and liquor license for Mua and Mua Properties LLC, doing business as Callan Street Pub at 209 Callan Street. And so we have the proposed owners with us this evening, who also just met with the Liquor License Review Subcommittee today at 4:30. And so we had a review of their management plan. They talked about their experience, which is extensive, having worked in other establishments locally. So the committee unanimously recommended that the license be approved for Callan Street Pub for new owners. Does anyone have questions for the new owners? If not, I'll take a motion to approve the license.
Madam Chair, I'll
Yes,
make
go
that
ahead.
motion to approve the license.
Okay, we have a motion by Larson. Is there a second?
I can second.
Second by Denny. Discussion or questions? Seeing none. Members in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? None are opposed, and that motion carries. So that will go also to the Common Council tonight at 6:30 with a recommendation from the committee and the subcommittee to approve. So item number 2 on our agenda is to consider special event application for World Refugee Day on June 18th, 2022 on the 400 block. And the petitioners for the event are the Hmong American Center and the ECDC Multicultural Community Center. And this event application comes to us a little later than normal, but still in advance of the event. And so knowing that we were having a special meeting and a council meeting tonight, we accepted their application, and we've got some info in the packets for the event that they would like to conduct. Does anyone have questions at all about the event? This is kind of a first time.
Sure, I have
Oh,
a
go
question.
ahead, Doug, sure.
Isn't there also a Juneteenth celebration of some sort downtown? Is there any conflict here?
Not at this particular venue. Last year, the Juneteenth celebration was at Whitewater Music Hall. It was in a private entity. So
Okay.
I don't know if they're doing anything, but the 400 block wasn't double booked or anything, so.
All right.
Is there a motion to approve the event permit? Motion from Larson. Do we have a second? Second from Henke. Further discussion? Seeing none, members in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed? None are opposed. That motion carries as well. And item number 3 is to consider relocating the District 6 polling place from Thrive Church to Sylvan Hill Park, located at 1329 Sylvan Street. And did you want to address that a little bit, Caitlin, or?
Yeah, I can just add that residents in District 6 expressed this spring that they would like their poll site back in the district, or at least closer. Currently, they are voting at Thrive Church, and District 6 starts at Parcher Street, or so roughly around by Horseman Middle School on the northeast side, and goes up to the northeast and the east boundaries of the city. So we identified Sylvan Hill as a potential polling site, and we actually had training today there for our poll workers, and the facility worked well for the flow of the voters, as well as there's plenty of handicap parking in the parking lot, and it's off street, which a lot of voters prefer as well.
So you'd have it in the chalet?
Yep.
Excellent. Okay.
And it was like 91 today, and it was still
Not too
yeah,
bad?
so for an August election, I don't think we can really get any hotter. So
That was a
hopefully.
test too today
Yeah,
then?
yeah.
So, does anyone else have questions for Caitlin on the site change?
I have a question.
Go ahead, Doug.
So there's not air conditioning in the building?
no, there are 4 ceiling fans that worked pretty well today, and we kept the windows. Yeah, I did finally. And there's a concrete floor too, which helps keep it a little cooler.
Okay, and what is the requirement for reliable internet out there?
We don't need internet out there.
Okay,
So, because none of our DS200 vote tabulators or the new Badger books, they don't run on the internet.
okay. What is the impact then of creating a separate location on your staffing?
So, District 6 previously has been its own poll site. Prior to COVID, it was at Wausau East High School. And we were asked to move out and kind of wanted to move out due to the school's new security requirements. They did not, they weren't comfortable with members from the public coming in and out throughout the day, and, we don't know anything about people. It could be potential, like
Right, the
sex
security
offenders
concern.
or whatnot. And for some of our elections, they are happening during the school year, and so we would have had to impose additional, like having security on place, which would require additional staff and resources.
I'm talking about relative to where we currently have it, because East
Yeah.
is not in District 6, and many are combined and not in the voting district. They're
Correct.
proximal to, but not in.
That is correct.
So
And
there's an added burden on the city for,
we, to my knowledge, when it was moved to Thrive in 2020, that was a temporary solution due to moving out of the schools as well as COVID precautions, that Thrive was large enough to accommodate us. So
Okay.
the plan was always to move that back out to a separate polling site. And I should say, it was run as its own polling site, even if when it was in the same building as Thrive. There were two separate sets of poll workers.
So you would just move the same poll workers to a different building?
Correct.
But you
And
had.
all that equipment.
They had their own to start with?
Yep.
Okay.
okay, and then lastly, no concerns about any winter elections or spring elections where we have snowfall in that area? It's not a real well-traveled route.
It's still plowed by our city employees, and yeah, and the bus route runs right up 13th and down Sylvan, and it is heated in the winter as the chalet.
Madam Chair,
Go ahead.
I know Alderman McElhaney's not here, and this is her district, and I know I've talked with her and stuff, and she says that she might know that they would like, although voting at Thrive was okay, but the distance that people had to travel from District 6 was not particularly liked, especially by some older people who had to travel and
They
stuff.
were not real happy with Grand Avenue, I know.
I think having this in or very close to District 6, I think it's a very positive change. And therefore, I will make a motion that we
Okay.
make this change and put it back out to Sullivan Hill.
Okay, so we have a
Put it out
motion
to
to
Sylvan
approve the
Hill.
change from Larson. Is there a second? Second from Henke. Further discussion? Seeing none, members in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? None are opposed. That item carries. So that's the last item on our special agenda, so I'll take a motion to adjourn.
Also make that motion.
Motion from Larson. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Denny. Members in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, and we'll stand adjourned. And then the Finance Committee will begin in this chamber at 5:30. So busy night for us at the city today. Thank you, everyone.